Hi guys, I hope you're well. I wanted to do a quick reading on this person named David Bossie. Now, I had heard his name before, and as you know, I hadn't paid much attention, like a lot of attention to politics until after Trump got elected. So I missed out on, well, I would read about it off on and off, but it wasn't the focus of my attention. Okay, so I was on Twitter, I think yesterday, and then I saw this rightful outrage over this person named David Bossie, and I was like, who's that guy? And rang a bell. So of course I searched him. He was I guess, deputy campaign manager for Trump. But most importantly, he's the person behind Citizens United. Okay, the whole ruling that changed politics for the worst. Okay, and allowed all these corporations to make essentially anonymous donations and a lot of things. So in a way, I feel like the whole Citizens United ruling is really such a terrible thing that that I'm not surprised that this person was on Fox and he had to quote unquote apologize, right? And it's just I was like, I had a feeling, guys, there's something about the level of desperation from that person, okay? And the fact that he's deputy campaign manager, and as you know, Rick Gates has talked to Mueller. So, guys, I have some feeling about this, okay? And remember how I said, oh, sorry, some alarm just popped, but I feel like something's going to be overturned later. I don't know. I'm not obviously a legal scholar by any means. So I just I'm going to include the clip. Okay, I'm going to include the clip right now. And so I'm going to stop to insert the clip right now about what happened over at Fox News, okay, with him calling Joel Payne. He had said something. He said, "You were out of your cotton picking mind." Like, well, actually, I can't believe this, but I'm just going to add the clip and then I'll come back and do the reading.
His tweets, do you think two wrongs make a right? So then you're going to double down?
It's not about two wrongs making a right. He started the segment saying that progressives and Democrats and the left are attacking the president, calling him a racist. No, you're just calling him out. Listen, you don't have to be a golden retriever to hear all the dog whistles coming out of the White House these days, and from my friend David over here.
Final point. You said that about David. Michael Hayden posted a picture of Auschwitz.
That liberal Michael Hayden. Yeah, that's screaming liberal Michael Hayden.
You're out of your cotton picking mind.
Cotton picking mind?
Let me tell you something.
I got some.
Hi guys, so I'm doing a reading on David Bossie, the person who said to Joel Payne on Fox News, "You're out of your cotton picking mind." Okay, and as it turns out, he's the same person behind Citizens United, which is the ruling that changed campaign financing for the worst and the worst, of course. So I just have a feeling, guys, about him. I just have to do a reading on him right now, and I don't care. I don't necessarily want to know. Apparently, he was like all over the Clintons from the 90s or something. I'm not, like I said, I've even said it's not like I adore Hillary Clinton or anything, but it's obvious what was done to her was so wrong in every sense, and she was the best candidate. Anyway, so tell me I feel like this, guys, I have this feeling, I saw this guy, like, boom. There's something very important, and I need to know. I feel like I need to know, so tell me about what's going to happen to this guy, David Bossie, as a result of the Mueller investigation. I don't even know if he will be investigated, but I feel like he must know a lot, or he's involved in this in some way. Okay, so tell me about David Bossie. What is happening here? Is he involved at all in the Mueller investigation? So, guys, yet again, it's my little Chris. Okay, I'm going to protect myself here. Okay, and I want to know, so what is his role in this? Okay, and like I said, I forgot my other cards, so I'm going to be quote unquote forced to close my eyes, which is good. I think it's been a good thing. And let me know what you think, by the way, in the comments, if you like less cards or more cards. Okay. Oh, and another thing, guys, and I don't know there was a reading I did about Kristen Nielsen where I was like, really, it was like over the top humor. Some people got offended by it, okay, because I kept doing all these voices and all those like over the top humor, the thing, the smoothies with babies or whatever. But it was like, it was not that it was a joke, but it's like my way of handling the gravity of all of this. So it's not that I'm going to apologize because it's not a point, but I guess, this is my personality. And sometimes it's over the top, but it has to do with the insanity of what we're living through, okay? So anyway, going back here to David Bossie. Tell me, cards, what is up with this David Bossie person out of Citizens United? He snapped live on Fox News, and I feel like there must be a reason. Okay, he must be desperate, or I don't know. Tell me what's going on with this guy, David Bossie, here with the cards, okay? And then I'll close my eyes and find out. I'm going to lower this, guys, okay? David Bossie. The guy has said to Joel Payne, you're out of your cotton picking mind. The one behind Citizens United. I feel like he was deputy campaign manager for Trump. He must know something. He sounds super desperate. There's something there. Okay. This is militare. Upside down. Okay. It's a woman. All right. A man. Okay. This looks like could be him. Good news, okay. Oh, look, Mueller. Uomo di legge. Homme de loi. Trip to the country. Okay, so interesting. Thought. Casa di Città. This could be the White House. And oh look, shady connection to the foreign power. Okay, one more here. Guys, I have a sense that there's something here where I feel like he is connected to the attacks. I feel like he's attacked. The woman here, I think, could be Hillary. And it could be like a shady group of people, like, because this is a gathering. And related to this woman and the kind of their dreams or their longings or their kind of like almost like I'm saying like this fantasy of like what they want to see happen, okay? And has to do with I think has to do with the Russia stuff because the center is military and upside down, which I tend to see as attacks, hidden attacks, okay? So there's a connect. Oh, this is what I think, guys. Okay, look. So there's these people cards a lot of times is, to me, they're not particularly meaningful because I don't know exactly who the people are. The point is not necessarily to identify someone. So until I pull out more cards, until I have a more conclusive card. And the one that stopped here was impediment, right? So in a way, I feel like this is a group of people who take time off during the day to go on a trip. And I think of it as also a card of gathering of parties. Okay, so to me, that tells me that these group of people were doing something behind the scenes here to create obstacles on behalf of the White House. Okay, and then here there's a woman, and I pulled another card here. Also has to do with women. Another one here. Oh my God! Look, losses. So for some reason, and the thought here has to do in this specific style of Sibylla called Sibylla, what is it? Indovina, not the one that's Vera Sibilla that I tend to use. This to me reminds me of the card of longing, which is, I forgot exactly the name of the card in Italian, but I call it longing. Okay, so it's a person who has these hopes for something. So I feel like it's like a plotting. They were plotting for something, okay. And then here we have the obstacle and the hidden attacks. And here we have the billet doux. Billet doux means the note, essentially, okay. It's a sweet card, but essentially means a note, okay. It's a love letter it's sort of like a little note, little love note, okay. Because the billet doux, it's like yeah, just a note. It's not a letter on itself. So essentially, what I get here is that there's evidence of these attacks. Okay, putting these attacks in place against women, and this is what I think, guys, how it connects. So we have here the White House and the uomo di legge, which would be Mueller, and here we have the shadow connection to the foreign power. So the longing leads to evidence, which is this note, meaning like they have these thoughts or their plans, and this went like they have written evidence of a connection to the shadow power. And here, where did it go, guys? Wait, where was this? Oh, so yes, so I pulled another card here just to understand the content of the note. And this has to be with had to do with the enemy. And I think just because the enemy is right next to the foreign power, this would indicate a foreign country. Because in the context of these people, right, they see Hillary as an enemy. But in the context of what the cards are saying is that the enemy helped them concretize these attacks on women in general. This is like, there's a lot of female cards here, as well as the attack. Like, it's almost as if he knows that there's a foreign influence that we are yet to understand, I think, related to this guy, okay? And here's Mueller. Mueller is looking at all of this. He is right here. So let's just see one more level here, okay? What happens. Well, guys, look, this is interesting because this is the victory. Okay, so that would mean winning, probably related to the election. And here we have lack of loyalty. So if we think about what is lack of loyalty, it means obviously the person is fake on a basic level, but it also means that treason, right? If you think about it on a basic level, like what is it? If you think of a person who's a politician who betrays someone, betrays a country, what that would probably the closest card would be treason. And there's here again the love stuff, guys. He seems to also know something about the love life of likelies. There's something to do here. Could be the payment of women, yet again, something related to these. Okay, look, surprise. The surprise is going to come out about the women. And this is interesting because this is a card of think of it as this is described as anger. But I think of this looks much more like this disgust, okay, despite. So it's almost like this. I think this is also how, how contempt. This is contempt. So in a way, this is like also, in some ways you could see, oh look, yeah, this is like the deal. So this is like is going to incite contempt from people, okay, or contempt meaning that sort of like disgust and anger. So there's something here, guys, okay, and I am going to close my eyes to find out more about this person, okay. So tell me what's up with David Bossie. He was so like, so like almost like out of it. What's going on with him? Why was he so? I mean, I know obviously he's racist, but it seems like he's quote unquote to use the words, triggered what was going on. Guys, I'm getting so interesting because I got the image I got was like a person like trying to, if you watch soccer, the goalkeeper, it's like the person who's always like this, moving the hands like that, like trying to block something, trying to block. He's trying to block something, meaning the attention. He wants to like create this wall. Okay, this is what I understand. This wall that is very impenetrable, because he knows they're looking into things that he doesn't want people to look into. I feel he's already been subpoenaed, okay? Either to testify or he's been subpoenaed because of something related to the campaign. Also, it's telling me I'm getting Rick Gates here, guys. And so the reason why he was doing that was that he wants to, the fascism, he wants it more because he feels like if it's more fascist, it's going to prevent them from looking. And what I'm getting, guys, is like, from his perspective, was like, I spent all my life putting this, getting rid of these people. Now we have the world perfect world. Why do they have to look into it? Stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay. Oh, because I feel, guys, there's something there, very dark. My little crystal thing. Something very dark about it, okay, that it has to do with their plans, has to do with the plans they've had for a long time, this group of people, that it's almost like they have lost control over how they're happy that it happened, but they can't control the consequences, okay, and meaning the whole thing with fascism and the whole thing in the influence of Russia and Russian money. Okay, and what is it? And guys, it's somehow, I don't know, because I just want to say this is, even though obviously Russia has meddled in the election, the people who are really to blame for this are the Americans who let them do whatever they wanted, okay? Because in some ways, you could argue that they're just doing what, their job. They want to push their country to do better, whichever the means, okay? So, but the problem is that there's people here who collaborate with them. And I think they may have either contributed to some of it or there's something where I feel like it was the seed. There's something there, okay? So he's like a, bare bone, like he's a tough, I'm trying to think, he's a tough, like, it's like showing me the image of one of those like fighting pit bulls, like that, okay? But it's almost like he didn't understand what he was playing with, okay? Again, dark. I feel, guys, also that these people, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to like back, because they thought they were the biggest bullies, but now they are dealing with like those really hardcore Russians who have decades of experience being bullies, so they don't quite know what to do. So I feel like they're under pressure from both sides. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what ends up happening to him legally? What is his fate? Just here. Okay. Yeah, guys, okay. Look. This is a contrariety, displeasure, but I think of it as like what it would be, probably the best translation. It would be momenti negativi. So it's sort of like negative moment, but a contrariety, meaning things don't go the way he wanted. And this is success upside down. And then this card is interesting. This is called the trap. So look at this person. In some ways, it's as if the trap is mental. Was it upside down? Yeah, it was upside down. But I think this is a little bit like the Eight of Swords in tarot. It could be prison. Because what is a trap? This set of cards does not have a prison card. But like this, okay? So it's almost like he lost when he became convinced of the trap that he created. It's almost as if, these people are like creating all these things about, Hillary this, Hillary that, blah, blah, blah. So then, they're successfully scapegoat her, to the point where Trump wins, obviously wins with the help of the Russians. But at the same time, the prison that he created for her became his. So it's possible, guys, that he loses everything and then he becomes strapped. I don't know. Let's see if there's any legal cards coming here. Next one. What is it? Oh, look, the kids, children crying. Interesting. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me close my eyes. So what is the verdict? Wow, guys. And like I said, don't, I know, like, this is just a way to understand a story, okay? But don't take everything that I say, obviously, like, super seriously. But I see him shackled, like in a, prison outfit, shackled. And he went to jail for perjury, for lying to the FBI. And I think not for accepting foreign payments and not talking, what is it, for accepting foreign payments and not disclosing? Okay. I guess it's a campaign finance violation, okay? But essentially, he lied. He's like, because it's like it's showing that he achieved so much, right? The Citizens United thing was a huge thing, but that it was, and I've seen this before in different readings, I don't remember which one it is, but that the whole thing that he achieved was a kind of like an artificial victory. So in a way, you know what I mean? It's like, it would not last long. So he was like, I achieved so much and now I lost everything, which is what it looks like, okay? So I don't think he's like, a massive player, but he's part of this scheme, okay? So that's I think this is extremely interesting, guys. So anyways, I'm gonna stop here, okay? Okay, bye.